In your experience, in the span of your career at General Mills, how has the role of research changed, or not, from when you first started there to when you left?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think that the skills needed to be a successful researcher have changed significantly. I think in the beginning, project management skills were really key. And there were a very specific set of projects, and we did things a certain way, and we did focus groups, and then we did product testing, and then we did advertising testing, and we did it in a certain order. It was very linear. And today, the best researchers start by listening. And they listen both to the consumer and they listen to management about what decisions are going to be made. And then they actually synthesize existing data and they conduct new research, but they put it together and they bring it forward against the business decision when the decision is going to be made. And kind of in the beginning of my career, research took 6 weeks, or it took 6 months, or however long it took. You had to wait to make the decision until you got the research, or else you made the decision without the research. And the best researchers actually are able to synthesize material and hit the timing to have an impact on senior management and really have that voice of the consumer at the table.
Has the consumer evolved from when you first started doing research for an advertiser from when you left?
Oh yes, I think the consumer has evolved a lot. I think consumers have, you hear this phrase, the consumer is in control. I mean, perhaps the consumer was always in control, but I think that at the beginning of my career, over 3 decades ago, consumers were much more trusting of information from any variety of body, education, government, religion, you name it. All the bodies of authority had more influence over consumers than today. Consumers have their voice, and technology has really enabled consumers to share with each other. And so today, when you ask consumers who they trust the most, they'll probably say that it's a friend, or it's a trusted personal advisor, as contrasted to being a more official body of information. So I think that consumer today has evolved significantly to take charge and to tell us what they believe that they deserve to get, instead of having us ask them the questions.
And how do you think today's media companies can best respond to this new consumer empowerment?
Well, I think that the best media is actually organized around the way consumers consume media and around the needs that the different platforms meet. So if a consumer is on a mobile device and they're using their GPS, they probably don't want to get an advertisement for a granola bar. But if they're actually searching on their mobile device or on their tablet or on their laptop for information about a particular disease, about heart disease or about weight loss, then product solutions and advertisements for product solutions would be very well timed. So I think it's a matter of really understanding how the consumer consumes media and the context, and then across these multiple screens, and being able to constructively offer the consumer information in a way that it will help them make better choices.
What about the concept of privacy? So if a consumer is researching an ailment, of course it would be probably beneficial to offer some product advice at that time, but there's a very thin line now with the issue of privacy.
Yeah, it's such a great point. And I think we're really going to be weaving our way around that line from the standpoint that consumers are giving their information out on a permission basis, and then the idea of who's going to govern and control how that information gets utilized is something that we're going to be navigating it. We're all going to be navigating it together. I think it's tricky territory.